Hi everyone, I'm Jeannie. Let's get zebra strong. Today we're talking about the core. So I know this is another subject that causes a lot of discussion and a lot of controversy sometimes. So I'm going to give you my views on whether we should or shouldn't be engaging our core. So have you ever been told to engage your core, and what does that actually mean? So oftentimes we're told when exercising to engage the pelvic floor and pull in our tummy muscles, navel to spine, hollowing the belly, all of these phrases, and we're told that's to protect our back. So the back doesn't need protecting. It's a very strong, versatile piece of kit. And what I found, certainly working with EDS and hypermobile clients, that we have a natural tendency to brace and fix or guard this abdominal region anyway. I think it's a form of stability. It's kind of false stability, and we find ourselves not breathing correctly, and we find a lot of tension in this area, which is already causing a lot of pelvic girdle pain, abdominal pain, lower back pain, and pelvic floor dysfunctions. So if we are then told to engage our core by drawing in our pelvic floor muscles, sucking in our tummy muscles, we're actually layering on more tension into an area that's already bound down by tension. I've worked with many people over the years and who've been told to do this, and what happens is it just creates this center of tension. Now, as soon as we stop doing the engaging of the core and start to learn how to use our muscles in a functional way, so what we want is the body to start to respond to the loads put upon it. So yes, we want the pelvic floor to work, yes, we want the abdominals to work, but we want them to work in a natural way. So let's just try a little experiment. Don't do anything that causes pain, obviously, but I just want you to try something. So you can close your eyes if it helps. Go ahead and draw up the pelvic floor and pull in your tummy muscles, or however you might have been told to do this in the past. And notice how you feel. So remember, you're supposed to maintain this while you're exercising. So can you even take a full inhale now? Because I know I can't. I feel really tight. My ribs won't expand. I don't know how I'm supposed to exercise with this going on. So I'm just going to let that go because it doesn't feel particularly nice. So I don't know how you felt about that. So there is a different way that doesn't involve loading that region and putting more tension in it. And in fact, many people with hypermobility have a hypertonic pelvic floor, which means there's too much tension in it already because the pelvic floor is trying to act as a stabilizer. Now, if we're continually putting more stress in the pelvic floor by engaging it, that hypertonic condition is just going to get worse. And all the issues associated to that are going to get worse. So let's do a little exercise to demonstrate what I mean by saying that we want the pelvic floor to work in a normal, functional way by responding to what you do, rather than us inflicting something on the pelvic floor. So if you can, come onto an all-four position. Just find yourself comfortable. If this doesn't work, you might want to go onto your elbows, or you could just rest yourself against a chair if you're worried about shoulder and elbow. So find something that works for you. And we're going to do a little cat exercise. So that's going to be flexing of the spine. So we're going to start rounding the pelvis, rolling through the spine and letting the head gently nod. I haven't pushed with the arms. I haven't forced anything. And then I'm going to uncurl the pelvis, letting the spine lengthen away from the pelvis. Okay, so elbows are soft. Sit bones are wide across the pelvis. Now, what we're going to notice, and again, if you're not feeling this today, don't worry too much. It's very subtle. But what I didn't do is suck in my pelvic floor or my tummy muscles. But what happens when you start to move the pelvis and you start to round, see if you notice that the pelvic floor is gently lifting anyway. And those lower abdominals might feel like they're lifting up anyway. So your body knows how to do this. It's already engaged in response to what I've been doing. As I come out of my cat, can you think of letting your pelvic floor relax, letting your tummy muscles relax, and letting your sit bones widen? So here I don't want tension in my pelvic floor. So if I go into it again, there's a natural narrowing. The sit bones draw together, which causes the pelvic floor to lift, which causes the abdominals to lift. But I haven't physically done that. My body has done that itself. When I come out of it, see if you notice the release of tension around the glutes, around the pelvic floor. Feel the widening of your pelvis. And we'll just come off of our hands and have a little rest. So yes, we want those muscles to work, but the body needs to respond to actions that are put upon it. So stopping the core and this engaging of the core can go a long, long way to stopping chronic pain. I've seen it time and time again that over-recruitment of these pelvic girdle muscles leads to chronic pain and bracing, certainly bracing and guarding in a hypermobile body. So let's try and let that go. Let's try and tune into our bodies and let's try and move in a way that we're designed to do. So I hope that was useful. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for coming. And until then, stay zebra strong.